Ferrari 275 GTB is not merely a car. This is what happens when a group of brilliant Italians in the 1960s decide that beauty, noise, speed and danger should all live in the same machine. Built in 1964, the 275 GTB arrived as Ferrari's answer to a simple question: how do you replace greatness? The old 250 series had already become legendary, so Ferrari, in its usual wonderful, irrational way, decided to evolve gently. It built something sharper, faster, more dramatic, and crucially even more gorgeous. Just look at it. The nose stretches out in front like a bowl of a speedboat. The cabin is pushed backwards. The rear drops away in a perfect Kamm tail. Every line seems to be moving, even when the car is standing still in a museum while people with loafers whisper about its auction prices. This is, without question, one of the most beautiful Grand Tours ever made. Not one of the most beautiful Ferraris, one of the most beautiful cars, full stop. And under that endless bonnet sits a 3.3 litre Colombo V12. A proper V12, not some turbocharged washing machine with software modes and lane assist. A hand-built masterpiece with 6 carburettors, like the voice of Pavarotti in a thunderstorm, and around 280 horsepower in an early GTB form. Now, by modern standards, 280 horsepower doesn't sound terrifying. A family SUV can make that now. But this thing weighs only about 1,300 kilos, sends power to the rear wheels through a 5-speed manual transaxle, and was capable of roughly 158 miles per hour. In 1964, that wasn't fast. That was borderline space travel. And here is the clever bit. The 275 GTB was the first road-going Ferrari to use both rear-mounted transaxles and fully independent rear suspension. That means the weight balance was better, the handling was better, and unlike many beautiful old Italian cars, it could actually go round corners without behaving like a chandelier falling down the stairs. Then came the later GTB 4. 4 camshafts, more power, around 300 horsepower, and even more desirability. Today, these things are worth sums of money so ridiculous they no longer sound like numbers, more like accounting errors. But the magic of the 275 GTB is not the value. It's the sense of occasion, feeling about how it feels alive. You don't simply start it, you awaken it. The V12 catches with a metallic bark. The gear levers click through the gate with that delicious Ferrari precision. The noise rises, the engine sings, and suddenly every tunnel becomes a cathedral built for noise. This is a car from an age when driving was not filtered through screens, sensors, and legal disclaimers. It demanded skill, it rewarded bravery, and it looked so impossibly elegant while doing it that even standing still it appears faster than most modern supercars. The 275 GTB is not sensible. It is not practical. It is certainly not cheap, but that's the point. Nobody dreams about sensible. They dream about this: a long red bonnet, a silver grated shifter, a V12 whale climbing towards 7,600 RPM, and the intoxicating feeling that for one glorious moment the world made a perfect sense. That is the Ferrari 275 GTB, not transport, not machinery, art with pistons.